Hey Gators, welcome back to Sittin with Simmons. Again, I'm Bob Simmons, the head men's basketball coach here at Allegheny College, and pleased to be joined by Mr. Rob Smith. Rob is a 1973 Allegheny alum, former president of the Board of Trustees, now current member of the Board of Trustees, and owner at one time of Accutech, now serving in an advisory role. Rob, welcome to the show.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here anytime with you, Bob.
Appreciate that. I like it. That's why you're my favorite guest so far. Before we get started, let me talk about today's sponsor. So today's sponsor, gang, is Accutech. Why? Well, Rob owned Accutech, and he's on the Board of Trustees. So I'm smarter than I look. So that's our sponsor for today. Rob, let's jump right into it. Rob, what was your favorite basketball moment this past year? Do you have one?
Oh, there were a bunch of them. And I guess I don't have any special ones. I guess it was, it was fun watching the team. They were very competitive. There were a lot of fun watching. And of course, a personal one would be when great nephew Zach Zoll shot a three, and everybody just went ah! They were stunned, and that was a lot of fun. And then it was also a lot of fun taking my granddaughter to the games, and she would go chomp Gators. 2 years old at the time, and just it was a lot of fun watching the games.
Great. I think I had that same reaction when he shot that. So I think I was the same way, to be honest with you.
Yeah, your first thought was, why in the world are you doing this? And then the second one was, oh my God, it actually went in.
Right, good shot, right? Good. No, yes. So typical coach. Rob, you're somewhat of a wine connoisseur. So let's play this game. We're gonna have you pair a wine with a particular meal. So you're serving steak for dinner. What are we going with?
Oh boy, really good one with a steak. I will. I'll go with my old standby. I'd go with an Evanstat Reserve Domaine Serene 2015, 2014. That would be ideal. That would be pretty good.
You're serving a chicken dish.
A chicken dish right now. We found this really, really nice Italian white wine called Aaron, and for life of me, I can't remember. It's a 2014. It's very good. And also a really good one, and I'm partial to it, is now I'm forgetting it. Well, it's basically Chateau Smith, believe it or not, from France, and it's this lovely white wine, and we fell in love with the name, so that was a good one too.
You're serving a pasta dish. You're serving some kind of
pasta dish. I would go with a Montepulciano. There's some fantastic Italian Tuscan wines. I could pick 20, 25 different ones, all equally good. They're all great with pasta, and they're a level above the Chianti Reservas.
Last one, Rob. I'm coming in the house to sit and talk on the front porch. What are you serving me?
Oh, I'm pulling out nothing but the best for you. It's a Wisconsin beer, Spotted Cow. We are bringing you out a 6-pack of Spotted Cow because anything above Riganiti is wasted wine on you, Bob. I'm sorry. Just so everybody knows, Bob is not a wine person, but definitely he likes it. He likes a good beer.
This is true. Well played. So you like to travel. You do some traveling. What's your favorite place to travel to? If you had to pick one place you and Nancy like to go, where are we going?
We'd go to Paris. That's kind of like our fallback go-to place. I mean, we've gone all over the world. We have a lot of favorite places. I mean, I have some lovely favorite places in Spain, some great ones in Italy. We'll really pretty much everywhere. But if you want to just get in a plane and go somewhere for a week and just do something unplanned, go to Paris.
Might have to take you up on that.
Oh, you've got to do it. It's fun.
So Accutech's philosophy states, always be lucky. We wake up paranoid. We embrace change. I love that. I love that. Can you explain that to us? Like,
Well, the first strategy we ever had, started very early on, was always be lucky. Because we would have success at something, and I would go to an industry meeting and local meetings and things, and people would just look at me and they go, "You are just one lucky SOB. We can't figure out how you guys got this new business. Everybody else is struggling. You guys are doing this. You guys are doing that." And I realized that we were incredibly lucky, that it just seemed as though new customers, new business would fall into our lap. And then I thought about it a little more, and I realized that we were lucky because we created our luck. In other words, you're lucky because we did all of our homework. We have customers that have taken us 8 years to develop, to get that first order, 8 years. And then all of a sudden it turns into millions of dollars of business. And everybody goes, "Boy, are you lucky?" And I go, "No, we've been knocking on that door for 8 years. And we did all the homework. We did all the preparation. We did all the studying. We laid out, we prepared to be lucky." So the first thing you do is you prepare to be lucky. Now you got me going. The second thing you do once you prepare to be lucky is you recognize luck when it shows up. A lot of times things will show up and somebody will look at it and go, "Oh my God, that's more work. Oh, what are we going to do? We're going to have to work more. This is going to be a bad situation. It's not going to be good." Turn it around. All of a sudden you go, "Oh, they're asking us to do something that no one else can do. We have a competitive advantage. We are lucky. We recognize the situation is actually a lucky situation." And then the third thing you do is, after you recognize it, then you got to act. A lot of people have had a lot of lucky situations come to them. A lot of things where they could be tremendous successes. They miss it, and then they don't work at it. Our view has always been, we always used to tell customers, that if you let us in the front door, we're camping out in your living room. We will not leave. We are there forever, and we will be your partners forever. We just have to get in that door, and then you have to just work at it every day. And then it breeds, you do that and you get more, and you get luckier and luckier. Now, do you want to know about paranoid? So wake up paranoid. Well, that doesn't mean you wake up every morning, you put a tin cap, on your head, and you watch out for the radio waves coming. He's coming to get you, things like that. No, it's every day you wake up and you realize that you're in competition and somebody's after your business. So every morning you wake up and you realize somebody's trying to recruit better than I am. Somebody's figured out a better way to do this. Someone's figured out a better way to shoot the three. I have no idea, but it's the same thing in our business. Somebody's always trying to do better than we are. And if we get complacent, if we sit back and go, we got the world by the tail, we got it all, we know what to do, let's go play golf because we really don't need to work at this anymore because we're the best there is, you are already failing. And the world is littered with failed companies that got complacent, that weren't paranoid. It's every day, and we see it every day. We see things that we're like, "Oh, we're really good at this." And then we go, "Oh, crap, we're not as good as we thought. Somebody else is actually better." So let's learn from it, develop it, and grow it. So that paranoid is very, very important.
I love it. That was great. That was a great lesson. Yeah, and I think you can apply that to business, to athletics, to pretty much everything.
Your entire life, let's face it, in everything you do, as much as some people don't want to admit it, you're in competition with somebody for something. And just be aware of it. And it doesn't necessarily, it's not a nasty thing, but don't get lazy is the big thing.
Gators, pay attention. This is what could happen to you if you come to Allegheny College. Great advice, Rob. Great advice. So, Rob, let's switch gears a little bit. You have 2 daughters.
Yes.
So I'm going to give you one sentence for each daughter to describe them to me.
Oh, boy. One sentence to describe each daughter.
And remember, this is a family show, so keep it clean.
The eldest daughter who runs the company. She is so much like me, it's scary. and that is a concern. Very, very data driven, very methodical. She wakes up paranoid every morning, just like her old man did. So very much like. Daughter number 2, Natalie. Oh boy, one sentence to describe her. Oh boy, that's a tough one. She's very much like her older sister, but has much better empathy. Not that I want to knock her older sister for not saying she doesn't have empathy, but I get a lot more empathy on things, and I get yelled at by the younger one for not having empathy. So I would say that's the big thing. They're both very driven women in terms of in their careers and what they want to do, and but in different ways, and they show it differently.
I'm surprised that they're very driven. Knowing you and Nancy, I'm shocked at that.
Yeah,
I'm shocked at that they're driven.
Where did they get that? Probably from their mother.
Rob, what's your favorite place on Allegheny's campus? Do you have a particular spot on campus that you just love the most? I know you love the college, but is there a spot you have?
Well, I have some old places. I've always liked Ford Chapel. That was really a neat place, nice and quiet. It was a place I go to study on occasion because no one was there. I mean, it was good, go hang out there.
Rob, what's one of your favorite New Year's Eve traditions?
Oh, got to play charades. Got to play charades. Got to play charades New Year's, and of course we've introduced that to the Allegheny men's basketball team, and watching them play charades is truly, it's hilarious. It is hilarious because most of them have never played charades, and learning it the first time and learning all the rules and this and that and everything else, and trying to have them, act out the big idea, and they all have fun with it. That's what I enjoy, watching them have fun with it.
It is fun. It is fun to watch them. And I'll be honest with you, the first time I've ever played charades was at your house a few years ago, a few New Year's Eve ago.
It was obvious it was the first time you'd ever played charades.
Well, in fairness, I don't think I was given the easiest.
You were given a very difficult movie to act out, and it was much appreciated by all the players. Probably the high point of the evening was watching you try to act that out. Half of them knew exactly what you were trying to do, and they were just watching you just totally fall apart over the whole thing. It was great.
It was. It didn't help that my wife and my 2 daughters were sitting right there watching that. So
yes, that
made it more interesting.
The fun part of charades is having your family there watching you make an ass out of yourself.
And I did that quite well. Rob, last question I have for you. What is one thing you would say to a potential student about Allegheny College?
If you go to Allegheny and you graduate from Allegheny, you pretty much can do anything with the rest of your life that you want to do. You will be better prepared than the vast majority of people, by far. You will have memories that will stay with you for the rest of your life, but more than that, you will have tools. And it's not even tools. You have a thought process that will stay with you forever and let you do whatever you want to do. And you will not be constrained by one little thing. You can just pretty much take it and run.
That's great. Thank you, Rob. Thanks for joining us today. Gators, as we head into New Year's, again, Happy New Year's to you and your family. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay masked up, and as always, refuse to lose.